Hey Globals, welcome to Globals TV directly from Davos. We just finished our Global Zone tour and now we are just in front of the World Economic Forum, where motto today is Spirit of Dialogue. We want to ask people, what shall we be talking more and doing? All right, so let's go around and start asking people. All right, go.
Health.
Health and doing?
AI and health.
And doing? Yeah. And what shall we doing? Both come together. Come. So it's a quick question. You know the motto of WEF, on the spirit of dialogue. Okay.
Yes.
So what shall we be talking more about?
Action.
Action. I
The
like
spirit
that.
of dialogue to partner and get things done in reality.
Okay.
Make impact.
I like that. And what is the first step?
Partnering with like-minded organizations, but also across different sectors.
Wow. And you are?
Elizabeth Adamson from the Novartis Foundation.
Thanks for sharing, Alison. Enjoy Davos. Question is on the spirit of dialogue from the WEF motto. What shall we be talking more about?
Peace.
Peace. And doing?
Doing everything we can to avoid war. Listen
is-
to Pope Leo.
What is the first step?
Calm Mr. Trump down.
Excuse, can I make a question? What shall we be talking more? Nothing. What shall we be talking more about?
The world and ourselves, our impact on the world.
Wow. And doing?
Just trying to minimize the impact by whatever way you can, right?
And what is the first step?
Those old school like reuse, recycle, rethinking. Yes.
Thanks for sharing. And you are?
And I'm Gloita from Bangkok.
What shall we be talking more about?
Sorry?
What shall we be talking more about?
The European potential,
And doing?
taking action to unleash it.
First step?
Commitment, dedication, and cooperation.
Wow. Good job. That's humanity.
Well,
Not just talking.
as artificial intelligence becomes more and more commonplace around us, I think it's going to be very important to focus on what distinguishes us as humans. And I think it's conversation. I think it's understanding intention and motivation and coming together and aligning on what brings us together.
Nice. What should be the first step?
The first step is to stay in touch with everybody that we meet here at Davos.
That again?
What shall we be talking more about?
What shall we talk more about?
Yes.
Let's talk about climate change.
Climate change.
Yeah.
And doing?
Doing, well, we have to talk about it because it is, at the moment, you see the changes that's happening around the world
Yeah.
and unprecedented climate patterns, climate changes. So I think it's important that we talk about it. And another topic that I would love to talk about is the humanity and somewhere I think the human, being, being human is
So
missing.
what shall we do?
Lacking.
Not talk anymore. Now it's the doing part.
I think we should all become spiritual.
Okay.
And be more contented. Yes, we have to grow. We have to look at what's next.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to also be contented and be happy and try to be spiritual about what we already have. We are living in this is unprecedented, the amount of abundance and the convenience that we have as human beings. Never ever, my parents, their parents didn't have this.
Yeah.
And if we can't be happy, and egalitarian society is what I'm really wanting for this world without borders.
And what is the first step?
That all the policy makers become first spiritual.
Are you ready? What shall we be talking more about?
How AI is impacting the future of generation.
And doing?
And doing more to help the next generation adapt to the AI changes that's coming.
First step?
First step is to put things on the agenda and let's talk about it.
So what shall we be talking more about?
No. If it's a one word, then it's got to be complicated. Empathy.
And doing?
And what you should be doing. So you should be talking about empathy. What you should be doing in terms of you as a humanity, or you as a person, or as humanity. Feel.
First step?
Talk to people outside your bubble.
Thank you for sharing. For you?
Yeah.
What shall we be talking more about?
We should talk more about the future of work.
Future of work. And doing?
Sorry?
And doing?
And leveraging AI to create a better workforce and to also look into opportunities rather than threats.
First step?
To be aware of what's ahead of us and also be realistic.
Wow. Who are you?
I'm Sylvia Schin. I'm from Vienna, Austria, and I'm the head of communications for an energy and chemicals company.
Thanks for sharing. Have a
The difference is America has one goal with their labs. All of their labs have a single goal, which is to get to AGI first.
There you go, some good South African blood. Question, what shall we be talking more about?
What should we be talking?
About?
We're talking about energy.
Energy.
Yes.
And doing?
And doing? We're doing both beneficiation of minerals on the continent, making sure that we do not export raw materials. We try and add as much value as possible to prevent value leakage if we export too quickly. But at the core of all of that, to enable that, one needs to have reliable and affordable energy.
Nice.
And that's where we come in.
First step?
As ESCOM. ESCOM, which is an energy utility in South Africa. And the key, though, is that we need to think beyond just South Africa and supporting a number of other countries on the continent to help them to be able to do the processing of those minerals locally.
And you are?
Mteto Nyati.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm a former CEO of Microsoft in Africa.
Question? What shall we be talking more about?
Please, not AI.
I love it. Okay, and doing?
Well, or if we want to talk about AI, let's talk about a conscious AI. Then it will be meaningful.
Okay.
The rest is just...
And doing?
Sorry?
And doing?
Doing what?
Yeah.
Well, maybe engage a larger constituency into the discussion.
Okay.
People that maybe care.
Nice. First step?
Not just economically, but in terms
properly,
of value.
yeah.
Exactly.
And first step?
First step, it's a good question. To build bridge is always the hardest part because you know where to start, but you don't know where to end. And they two have to meet right in between at the very end and match properly. So it takes a lot of courage to do that.
And you are?
Massimo.
Massimo, piacere.
Piacere. Thank you.
Thank you. What shall we be talking more about?
AI.
And doing?
Sorry?
And doing?
Yes, doing AI, deploying.
And first step?
It's accelerating.
Accelerating. And you are?
I'm a consultant.
Thanks for sharing. Shall we be talking more about?
I think almost all conversations should be about energy because it's the crux of what makes us civilized. If you know the Kardashev scale, as you become more civilized, use more energy. We're going to have to double our energy production. So really the focus should be all about energy, and that type of energy should most definitely be clean, and even optimal is having local clean energy.
And doing?
And doing, and well, deploying clean energy, transitioning over to clean energy, that's the doing that needs to be done. Talking about how we're going to do that, and then talking a little bit about it and actually implementing it, and stopping to subsidize fossil fuel-based energy. It's about the most stupid thing that like the world could ever come up with.
So what's the first step?
The first step is stopping the subsidies. Well, these are not, it doesn't have to be step by step, but let's stop the subsidizing, and then let's really make sure that we're deploying clean energy.
And you are?
I am Marco Funk, the founder and CEO of Enerlink.ai.
Thanks for sharing, Marco.
Thank you.
What shall we be talking more about?
Talking about prosperity and dialogue.
Prosperity and dialogue. And doing?
Doing good for the people and for the world.
What's the first step?
Is to change.
Change what?
Change the world to a better place.
That's a program. Oh, that's a big first step. You're lean, man.